Hi, Lexizzle here, and today I am doing something kind of different. I've been talking about wanting to do this kind of video for a long time, and not only have I been extremely busy with the shop and some other stuff, but I don't know, been having a hard time working on YouTube. But this upcoming new year, this new year that's coming, I'm going to focus a little bit more on YouTube and the art shop, of course, as well. But still, I miss making YouTube videos, and there's a lot that I have in my bluey notebook here that I want to work on. But speaking of YouTube, I've been on YouTube for a very long time, even before starting my own channel. And I've gone through my share of favorite YouTubers that I would always watch on YouTube. Started off strong with Smosh, then Game Grumps, then it went to Jenna Marbles, and unfortunately...
Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
I hate that so much. I then jumped to Bailey Syrian, and then JCS, then it went to Corpse Husband, and The Right Opinion. But now these days, when I am on YouTube, the only YouTubers that I watch are Watashi wa Joshua and Tippy Snippy, which are the two that I always record with in videos, like the Baldur's Gate series, and like I mentioned, The Right Opinion. But I also watch Disney Food Blog, Sarah Spaceman, Wendigoon, and the person we're going to be talking about today, the man himself, Papa Meat. If you don't know him, Papa Meat is actually Meat Canyon, a YouTuber who's known for making grotesque-looking animations that are honestly quite hysterical. So his other channel, Papa Meat, is this non-cartoon channel where he does certain videos, from vlogging to rating certain things like fast food to then going into depth details about shows and movies. And sometimes he'll have puppets on his set that look exactly like his art style. I personally am a fan of Margaret.
Oh, thank you.
Now, throughout the channel, Papa Meat has talked about some stereotypes in people. For example, he made videos about Disney adults, human pets, chiropractors, and gooners, just to name a few. And let me tell you, when he does videos like this, it does inspire me to make other videos. But then he starts to talk about stuff where I go, oh fuck. It's a running joke with my brother, my sister-in-law, and my friends, who all watch Papa Meat, that if the man himself were to meet us, or me in particular, he would most likely hate me. So today I'm going to discuss why I personally think Papa Meat would hate me. And why? Because it's fucking funny. I gotta say before I start this video, this is not serious, or to be taken serious in the slightest. All of this, as well as Papa Meat's persona on his channel, is most likely fictional and not to be taken seriously. I think if I ever were to meet Hunter in real life, if I had the honor, we probably would have a genuinely good conversation. But again, I don't know, but at the same time, no hate whatsoever, or saying that he's personally hating on me whatsoever. It's all a joke. And if Papa Meat does end up watching this, thanks, bud. Anyway, let's get into it. So let's just start with this. I'm a 30-year-old woman.
Any woman after the age of 25. Yikes. 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 Yikes.
So I'm old. But there are some key components that I have to bring up, that Papa Meat has brought up, that does kind of correlate with me. Disney adult, BookTok, and Wicked fans. I do have to add that I had some honorable mentions, like owning one Labubu in my life. One Labubu, as well as owning some Funko Pops, and as of recording, he made a video about Star Wars fans. But I would say Disney adults, BookTok, and Wicked are the three main components, and those are the components we're going to talk about today. So let's start off strong with talking about Wicked, especially since the second movie came out and I've yet to watch it. Now hear me out, especially you, Papa Meat. Especially you, Papa. Wicked has had a soft spot in my heart. I was a theater kid growing up, and Wicked was my first Broadway show that I went to with my mom, cousin, aunt, and grandma. We all loved it and bonded over it, and every time it's in the city, we try to see if it's possible for us to see it together. Then my sister-in-law married my brother, and I got to take her to see the show for the first time, and she adored it. So when the movie was announced, it was something my family was excited for. Now with that in mind, Papa Meat does bring up some things in his Wicked video that are honestly fair, and I did agree with half of it. For example, some of the fans. I get it. I'm a theater kid. If there is an opportunity to geek out and sing to a movie version of one of your favorite musicals, then hell fucking yeah, let's go. But there's also a time and a place. And a movie that isn't specifically a sing-along experience is not one of those times or places. As for crying in the movie theater, I'm emotional, leave me alone. I'm gonna be real, I cried like a bitch at the end. But remember, I was having a special moment when I went to go see that movie with my family. So I kind of had a reason. I mean, we were all there together and enjoying the first movie. It was like going to the Broadway show all over again. And then plus my sister-in-law got to join, so that was even more of a nice experience. But then you have the group of fans that went batshit crazy over some things like the movie posters. Listen, I don't want to get too into it because I don't want to get too political. That's just something we don't do on this channel. But I will say, I don't think anyone in that situation was right. And I do think that some cast members had something to do with the movie kind of being cringe in the beginning. And did it genuinely get me concerned that the movie wasn't going to be that good when it got announced? Hell yeah, it did. Overall, I just wanted a well-done Wicked movie for my family and I to enjoy. But at the end of the day, as a Wicked fan, I at least thought the first movie did a really good job. Despite all the controversies with the main two actors, I think that Cynthia and Ariana did really good jobs as Elphaba and Glinda, and I think it was pretty good to the first half of the musical. I haven't seen the second one yet, but I'm really hoping it's the same thing. Overall, you could say I'm a pretty big yet respectable Wicked fan, but to anyone who just looks at me and goes, "Oh, you're a Wicked fan?" they might think strike one. I think Papa would think strike one, that I like Wicked. So what's strike two? BookTok! For those of you that don't know, BookTok is another word for book TikTok, in which people talk about all different types of books and reading in general. But here's the thing. BookTok is well known because of the girls that talk about the dirtiest books that are known to man. It could range from a whole bunch of different genres. Just as long as there's spice in it, they're gonna talk about it. Romantasy is a big one, but also like dark romance, just romance in general. But while this isn't a good chunk of BookTok, there are still other people on BookTok that talk about other genres of books. I remember on Facebook Reels there used to be a guy that I would catch periodically that honestly all he talked about was just horror books. And I like horror, so I always would watch his videos and screenshot the recommendations and put it on my Goodreads wishlist. But with that in mind, I must confess that even though I do like horror books, I do like some, if not most, of the mainstream BookTok books. Like, I'm gonna be real. I love ACOTAR. I have all the books and I can't wait for the new one to come out. I'm even sure I talked about it in one of my older videos. And I know for a fact that Papa Meat has talked about it in a different video as well. He even read part of the first book, which of all books to try to prove a point that it's spicy. I don't think the first one is a good one, but that's just me.
What the fuck did you just say?
But other books like Fourth Wing, I liked it. I liked the first two. Did not like Onyx Storm. And there's even some darker romance books that I like Haunting Adeline. And my favorite book of 2025 was Under Your Scars. And if you know, are you okay? But sometimes I will pick a book that these BookTokers talk about and I will have to put it down because there is such thing as too much smut. And in Papa Meat's last video about BookTok, he mentioned that there are people out there who sometimes hate books simply because there isn't enough smut or there's no smut at all. I am not one of those people. Literally, I remember reading this book called A Court of the Vampire Queen by Katie Roberts, and I thought I was gonna like it because vampires. I love vampires. My favorite anime of all time is Hellsing Ultimate. She's like, fuck, you're gonna talk about vampires again? I was really interested in it because I thought it was gonna be this really good romantasy story about vampires, and the summary looked interesting. DNF'd it at chapter 3 because all it was, every single chapter was just them fucking. There was no plot at all. Like I thought there was gonna be in the summary, and I hated it, so I stopped. I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna read it. And then because of Papa Meat, funny enough, and because of BookTok, there's just some books that I won't even touch. Again, anything by Katie Roberts. Yeah, no. Icebreaker? Hell no. Credence? Fuck that. But overall, I think if Papa Meat were to see me and I told him some of the books that I read, he'd probably be like,
Yikes. 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 Yikes, 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 yikes.
I don't know how I would respond. I think if anything, I would kind of respond like, you know, I started reading in 2024 after a horrible breakup, and since then it's been such a relaxing and honestly fun hobby. I get to learn about all these new worlds and stories that are totally up my alley. I mean, I like anime for God's sakes, and I play Dungeons and Dragons. And did I mention that I like vampires?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
But do I think there's a line when it comes to these books? Absolutely. But would most people see that when I say I like ACOTAR and Haunting Adeline, that I have that kind of line? Absolutely not. Especially Haunting Adeline? Absolutely not. And unless Papa Meat ever watches this video, I think if he were to meet me, he would feel that same way. With BookTok and Wicked, I got 2 strikes. What's the 3rd strike? I don't think the camera can show the Disney ears, but Disney adult. I'm a Disney adult. I have no shame. The mouse has all my money and has me in a chokehold, okay? I've publicly talked about loving Disney on this channel. I've made a video about one of the hotels. I'm currently working on another video for the Art of Animation, and I'm hoping to make one about Pop Century since I'll be going to that very soon. If you were to meet me in person right away, you'll notice that I'll have like a Disney Loungefly bag. Like literally, but I have a whole wall of Disney Loungefly. And then if it's hot and if I'm wearing shorts, you'll see my leg. I got Disney tattoos on my leg. I go to the parks a lot, specifically Disney World, but I've gone to Disneyland and I would love to travel to Disney Paris, Shanghai Disney, Tokyo Disney. Disney has been a part of my life since I was a kid, right? I grew up on the movies. It's something I bond with my brother, my sister-in-law, and now my bestie Sam. We went on a really cute girls trip together and it was like some of the best moments I've ever had in my life. One of my tattoos is a Disney anklet tattoo, so every time I go on a really special Disney trip, I'll get it tattooed like a little charm. I have 4 now, so I'm gonna wait until some more trips happen, like when I go with my nephew for the first time, and if I get married and get proposed to at Disney. This isn't helping my case.
Yikes.
It's just something that genuinely makes me happy. You know, I love going to the parks again and not only reliving all the other Disney rides, but I feel like every time I go, I experience something new. Whether it's a new ride or a new restaurant or new memories. And again, now that my nephew's here, I get to experience it with him and kind of hope that he has the same love for the parks as we all do. Now, I will say, in the Disney Adults Disgusting Secret video that Papa did, he did say, if you have a passion in your life, that's completely fine, and that you should be proud of your passion.
And I think if you have a passion in your life, that's completely fine. But at the same time, you can't get upset when people poke fun at you for having an eccentric passion, all right? That's what I have to say. So if you're a Disney adult, wear it proudly, but don't give a f when people come at you and they're like, that's weird.
Well, you know what, Papa? I am proud. But is it my whole personality? No. Is it a good chunk of it? Probably, but it's not my whole personality. There's other things in my life that make me who I am, like the fact that I like anime, that I cosplay, you know, that I read, and that I'm an artist that has an art shop, and that I'm a YouTuber. And just because I like going to the Disney parks a lot doesn't mean I won't go to other theme parks. I actually really like going to theme parks as a whole. I used to go to Six Flags Great America a lot with my brother and my friends. And if there's a vacation where there's a theme park, I will most likely try to go to said theme park. Cedar Point, I'm looking at you. But Disney as a whole is just something near and dear to me, and it's something I'm proud to show off. And it's probably one of the louder parts, and I don't think Papa would like. At the end of the day, I don't think I'll ever get to meet this man. This is just an ongoing joke that I have with my brother, my sister-in-law, and my friends. I'm sure there will be more videos that he will call out. As of recording this video, I'm getting ready to go see Avatar: A Fire and Ash, and I am obsessed. Quite literally with these movies. So I would not be surprised if he makes a video about Avatar and I'll cry some more. But you know, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, this is all just satire. It's not real. It's all a joke. And Hunter, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I hope that outside of me being a book talker and me being a Disney adult and me liking Wicked, that you'll find that I have some cool traits that I think you and I can get along with, okay? I like anime. I love horror, okay? I go to haunted houses all the time. I also like rock music. So yeah, I don't know. I think if I were to meet him in person, it might be a lot different than I thought, but I promise I'm cool. But yeah, no, Papa hates me. That's the end of this video that I have. Thank you guys so much for watching. I promise I got a whole list of things I want to work on, and the Baldur's Gate videos will be up. I know Tippy Snippy posts a lot of that series, and I'm gonna finish it. I just feel like right now all the content I have is Baldur's Gate, and I want to make more stuff. So that's what I'm doing right now. But if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of my content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you want to get notified every time I post a video, just hit the notification bell and you'll get notified. Otherwise, I will see you all in the next video. Papa, please don't hate me. Bye-bye.